All right, it's Bill, and here's my thoughts on Game 3, 3-2 victory over the Ottawa Senators. All right, a 3-2 win. As you can see, I'm really, really excited. Again, I think another lackluster effort, and the giveaways are just something atrocious to watch. I couldn't count. I tried. I actually sat there and tried to count how many times the Leafs gave the puck away at their blue line and the Ottawa blue line, and I ran out of hands, fingers, toes 5 times. I don't understand this turnover nonsense. But let's take a look at the game, first period, and then I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant. And by the way, Cowboys play the Eagles later tonight. Big game. If you know me, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, and if you're a diehard Cowboys fan, you hate the Eagles. So hopefully a good game. It's in Philadelphia. They're 5-0 against 4-1. There's no way the Cowboys should be 4-1, but Cooper Rush on the way. But different sport. Let's get into the first period. Again, I don't think the Ottawa Senators are good. You're going to hear me rant about it in a couple minutes. I think they're the most overrated team in the NHL. I know I'm telling you after they lost their first 2 games, but anyone who's spoken with me knows the Detroit Red Wings are the team you worry about, not the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators' defense is atrocious. It's got Nikita Zaitsev, for God's sakes. It's going nowhere. The goalies, even with Talbot, they're not good. Take a look at Detroit. 2 good goalies and a really good defense. They'll be the team to worry about. But we'll get into a little bit of the Ottawa Senators a little bit later. But first period, again, a little flat for me for the Leafs. You saw Sheldon Keefe lose his mind. I'm not going to sit here and say anything's with the refs. You know me, I'm more blame the Leafs than the refs. But that was an atrocious game, or atrocious first period of reffing. First of all, the Mitch Marner call. I don't know what Mitch was trying to do. He's trying to maybe get him in a what's that dance where you swing around and you swing around and you swing around and you swing around. He put his hand, he didn't grab the stick, he put his hand through. It didn't stop the guy at all. Like, that is chintzy. That's looking for a call. That's chintzy. That's brutal. At the end of the day, yes, Ottawa Senators get on the power play. It was a nice play, Giroux to Shane Pinto, boom, in the net. Not much Samsonov can do. One-timer, good shot, good location, didn't go through him or anything, 1-0. I was like, oh, Jesus. And then, of course, the Ottawa Senators fire the puck over the net. For the first time in the NHL history that I know of, someone fires it over the net and doesn't get a call. I mean, it was blatant. Like, blatant. What do you think, David Kampf touched the puck? He wasn't even near it. Blatant fire over the net. You just fire it into the net, I guess. That's a nice play. I hate the rule. Don't get me wrong. I hate the rule, but I think that play was what the rule was meant for. When you fire it from the front of your net into the netting, you're doing that sort of on purpose. Get it out of here. That's a delayed game call. Now, the ones where the people are passing it and they just go too high, I don't like those calls, but that's what the call is for, and the refs missed it. Sheldon Keefe lost his bloody mind. Fair enough. It's 1-0. Second period. Again, I'm waiting. Now, the time of possession in the Ottawa end was crazy. I want to say it was, at the end of the game, it was 66% of the time versus 33% of the time in the offensive zone or something like that, neutral zone. It was nearly double, or at least more than double. The Leafs had more time in the offensive zone, double more time than Ottawa did. Now, I will say this. The power play was pretty bad. Now, I know we'll get into later on in the game, but the power play was bad. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Matthews, Marner, and Bunting don't look good. They don't. They had a couple shifts. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple shifts in there. But think of last year. They dominated an Ottawa defense, a Montreal defense. Washington after a back-to-back. You expect this line to dominate. Now, I know Bunting made a really nice play in the last goal. You expect it to dominate. Like, I don't understand at all. It just bothers me. Anyways, they did get a deflection. Kampf, nice play, pass it to him. And then into the net, directed to 1-1, and you're thinking, okay, here we go. 1-1 going into the third. Where have I heard this before? Now, I just want to make sure I get the player right. That was for the Ottawa Senators. Okay. Now, the third period, the power play came on, and it was a really nice play. So you're getting to the end of the game. The penalty called, and Willie Nylander buries it top shelf. Like, that was nice. Nice pass by Matthews. Good play by Marner to keep it in. It was a nice play, and the power play connects. That was the first time I thought the power play had anything from that first line. And it went in the back of the net. Now it's 6 minutes left in the game. What can go wrong? Well, the Leafs defense shows you how to be the soft. Here's the thing. It's their fourth line. Your fourth line's on. Your fourth line's on with Brody, and I believe it was Riley. Fourth line's on. How in the world does Claude Giroux set up shop and get a couple whacks at it? Claude Giroux's not this big, mean dude. Be tough in there. Like, they were tough after he scored the goal. Like, David Kampf, like, what do you... Nikolai Kobel, hyphen, whoever the hell, they've been useless. Useless. I know I don't care about a fourth line, but you can't have your fourth line go out to defend a lead and give it up. That's the whole point of having a fourth line, is to shut it down. And to give up a goal where you're just soft in front of your net. Even Brody, soft. Giroux got the position on him and banged it in 2-2. Thinking, God, overtime, here we come. This is ridiculous. The Ottawa Senators, the Washington Capitals, the Montreal Canadiens, and you're struggling against these teams. And then it was a nice play, and I don't know who scored it, Hall or Bunting. I don't really care. But Marner created the space. Hall made the nice pass, give and go. Or it wasn't a give and go. It was a shot that bounced off, and who cares who scored it? I really don't care. They gave it to Hall. I don't give a blue rats, whatever. Here's my problem with it. There was 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the game. What the hell is Hall doing down there? I know it works. I know they scored, so I should be jumping up for joy. But this is living by the sword, dying by it. This is the same nonsense that gives the big goals the other way. I get Marner was probably in position here after he made the pass, so Hall could go to the net. I guess it was fine. I just don't understand why. Like, the Leafs pinch on every single occasion. And for the most part, it works. But when it doesn't work, they get punished. Why live by the sword? And if you're gonna live by the sword, you're gonna die by it too. I don't get it. And then we'll get into, honestly, giveaways at the blue lines. Both blue lines. I was joking. I was texting my buddy. How many? I've lost count. I tried to actually count. I actually sat there and went, I'm going to count this so I can have this video and tell you that they did it. I can tell you it was past 45 because then I lost the ability to count. There were shifts where it was like 5 in a row. Why are they so... They're not... Don't be fooling around at the other team's blue line. Drop passes, cross-ice passes. Your team's going this way and they're going that way. And then at our own blue line, just to get it out, just wing it around the boards willy-nilly. You got time. You don't need to wing it around the boards to their defense. Anyways, it's a win. Ottawa Senators. Let me talk about the Ottawa Senators. This team is the most overrated team that I've ever seen. I've read the articles where people are picking the Ottawa Senators to win the playoffs or be in the playoffs. If you go back to my first video or second video, there's no way. There's not a chance. I'll bet you right now anything. I know I've got an 0-2, whatever. It doesn't matter. I would have bet you before the season, and you wouldn't find a number I would have said no to. You can't have a defense like this. You can't. First coach that's going to be fired in the NHL, mark my words, is DJ Smith. First one. They're the most overrated team. It's unfair to him. They are not that good. Oh, they got DeBrincat and Giroux. Okay, well, Giroux's at the end of his career. He looked good tonight. Goal and assist, fair enough. DeBrincat's small. And Tim Stützle. I'm telling you, I saw a couple of the dives there. Beauty dives, by the way. Greg Louganis style stuff. That was good. He got a penalty and they complained about it. Meanwhile, he did it. Stützle's not that good. He isn't. $8 million? I don't see anything in the guy. I like Kachuk. Kachuk's a good player. There's no doubt. I like Norris. I think Norris is a good player. I think they've got some good forwards. Like, Demerick's not horrible. Batherson and Formanton, I don't get it. I don't. Let's think about this for a sec. You're gonna compare Stützle and Kachuk and Batherson against Marner, Matthews, and Bunting, and you think that's a comparison? Or Kucherov, Stamkos, and Point? That's a comparison? Or Pasternak, Marchand, and Bergeron? That's a comparison? You probably go Larkin soon, whatever line Larkin's got going. I don't see the comparison. I just don't see it. I don't think they're that good. So enjoy, Ottawa Senators, as you miss the playoffs again. Anyways, that's my video. They play Arizona on Monday, which should be an easy game, but I saw Arizona gave Boston a little bit of a go. So I expect Nick Ritchie to pop in a couple, and we'll have a great time talking about it. Cheers. Talk to you Monday night.